Because we have on the other side of the bracket, we have our boss, Smash Factor City, which I believe he's currently taking a breakfast. I wouldn't blame him. I actually haven't had breakfast before. Today. I haven't had breakfast today. But this is once again another opening match from top 20. They're currently facing, trying to get any kind of opportunity to face the next match, which is gonna be Sky, the current top 3 contestant for Puebla's PR, and Gummy already making some kind of good pressure on the shield. Sadly, Ethi, who's been recognized as one of the best DK that Puebla has to offer, it's not holding his ground quite well against these swordsmen.
And this is going to be the second decade that we have today. Well, the second in a row. Let's see what he can do against the Swordy. I think that, DK doesn't really get along with long-range
Of
characters,
course,
and
yeah.
it shows. He's already at 134%, barely missing that tilt on the side of Gumi. And I think that Gumi, he could, opt for a much more laid-back game. Try and make Ethi commit to something and then punish to take this first stock.
Yeah, he's just gonna take it cool, take it clear. He doesn't have to overcommit to anything. He's currently holding all the control of the current game, at the very least of the facing. He's already by just being standing and just having an existence within the center of the stage. He's already conditioning DK to just try to hold something more passive. So already playing his own game, already taking his own pace, and already losing the stock because he just relied too much on that. We were talking about how laid back he has to play at this point because he already had double controls over DK, right? But the point is that you cannot overextend that control, you cannot overextend that laid backness, because at some point you have to take off the stock. You cannot let yourself take DK all the way to 200 because it's gonna be much harder afterwards to find anything against him.
Yeah, that's right. Now he's got to be extra careful against Ethi.
Oh no!
The helicopter, the DK copter,
That
giving
was an afro though.
Ethi's. Yeah. And now I think that confidence that Gumi had at the very beginning, I wouldn't be surprised if it's gone by this point, because he started this first game with doing a lot of good decisions, and now things are, well, they are not looking really well for him.
Yeah, currently he's not doing so well. He's gotta try to bring something new to the table in order to get this back. After the second stock, the second blow that he took over, oh, of course his mentality is gonna be a little bit affected. It's not the fact that he lost the second stock, it's the fact that how he lost the second stock, because he was not able to just take any kind of tech against the stage. Being stage back is currently one of the worst, one of the worst feelings, especially when you are like less than 100% of the stock. And Evil Ethi already having all the stage control in the world. He's just already conditioning just by being present on the space, on the stage, and Gumi just receiving that so much damage. It's I mean, we are told that we have to be positive, but at this point in time, Ethi just takes all that positiveness and throws it to the next thrashing that he has hold of.
And
Yeah.
I think that something that really helped Ethi was getting that Banana Slam all locked up and ready to go, because I think that Gumi, he was just thinking constantly about the threat of the Banana Slam. It's such a good get off me tool for Donkey Kong, and I think that sometimes just having it there, it's an even bigger threat than actually just whiffing the move.
Yeah, yeah, of course. At the end of the day, it's all those little interactions that you have to take in count. So eventually, you get any kind of advantage, or at least any kind of opportunity out of them. So currently, Gumi, who's holding the first opportunity, the first open window to get some good damage against Ethi, it's already making this statement. But we already seen this before. At the beginning of the game, it's gonna be a little bit slow pace. It's gonna be a little laid back. Just Gumi taking a lot of damage against Ethi, and then Ethi just gets it back somehow. It's just it's not only about how much damage and how much neutral reactions you get against your opponent, it's about how effective your punish is once you get them. And getting as much percentage as currently he is doing, it's not gonna be enough. He's gotta rely on those kind of combos to close those stocks as early as he can.
And now Gummy with a pretty good lead against Ethi. Let's see if he can keep this up and get this second game off of Ethi. Down throw, okay. But the nair on the side of Ethi, it's gonna give him a little break, a little room to breathe. He's got Gummy off stage. What's gonna be the option? Trying to go for the back air, but misses. Dash attack. Now Gummy is off stage, missing that down air.
Okay.
And now
Just
I really
misspacing
like
that grab.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's just what I was about to say. I think that Gummy's way of controlling space has improved tremendously in this second game.
Yeah, of course, and the fact that Ethi just keeps whiffing against Gummy's shield is just unbearable to watch at this point. In the safest of ways, in the most respectable ways that I could say that sentence, I'm just trying to express, of course, both TK and Ethi are suffering because he has to space so much better his aerials considering the range that the longsword that currently Lucina is holding gives to her. Sadly, that's gonna be a neutraler out of shield, taking off the second stock. Gummy already having so much control, of course he's gonna lose the stock. He's gonna have an unbelievable skill set that requires that mashing to get out of that grab. But at the end of the day, he still holds a whole stock ahead against Ethi. Ethi still has a long way to reach, a long way to go, and sadly the neutral option that he's currently taking, and of course the disadvantage options, they are not cooperating as much as he needs to.
And well, look how the turntables. Looks like Gummy, he's giving Ethi taste of his own medicine. We were in a pretty similar situation on the first game, only that the roles have been reversed!
Oh.
And that's gonna be enough to give Gummy this second game. A 2-stock, it's paid with a 2-stock. And now we're going off to game number 3.
Okay, currently Gummy just evening things out. He doesn't need to overextend himself. Most of the time, he just was waiting patiently for whatever option was Ethi just gonna throw at him. One thing that I have already mentioned, and then gonna mention once again, at the first game, at the first stock, it was working well. The fact that he was just waiting for whatever Ethi was throwing. What changed on this particular game was the fact that Gummy was able to take the first stock, right? Like he was able to close that stock with a good confirm. You already know how the first drag down there to force match of Lucina works. And afterwards, that just condition and forces Ethi to play aggressive because he's currently facing down one stock. He's gotta make damage. So what he's gonna do to make damage, he's just gonna keep attacking until something lands. And that's the kind of gameplay, or at least game plan, that Gummy has to stick to if he wants to take the game number 3.
And maybe I have this odd feeling that the upper platform of Battlefield, we're probably going to see something aid by that upper platform. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Ethi tries to lower Gummy to that upper platform so he can get a stock early and barely saving his life. 83% on the side of Gummy and 149% on the side of Ethi. He gets the nair. Ethy's off stage, and that's gonna be enough. Once again, looks like Gummy, he's regained his confidence back.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Gummy just over relying on all his fundamentals. He's not only playing the matchup he's playing with the mind of Ethi himself. Every single time that Gummy just jumps, he tries to make a fade back or any kind of commitment that makes Ethi believe that he's just gonna throw any kind of movement, and that at the very last moment before Ethi just counterattack with something, Gummy gets back into the stage, Gummy just lands safely back into the platform, and he just overextends himself with any kind of forward tilt or forward air, and that's how he punishes Ethi back. He's just playing with his mind. Currently, the percent is a little bit more even. Once again, the ledge trap that Lucina is such a ledge trap specialist in this game, already taking forces, like already taking percentage of that. It's quite a percentage if you ask me. At this point, most likely we will be able to see the neutral air to forward smash being effective, being used, but on the other hand, Gummy's already receiving a lot of damage and currently losing a lot of the stage.
And I think that maybe Gummy, okay, I was just about to say that Gummy should maybe try and bait out that Banana Slam out of Ethi, but just when I was about to say it, Ethi trying to go for a huge gamble with the Banana Slam and the counter to the DK Copter, it's gonna be enough to give Gummy's Ethi second stock, but with the up air, we are back on square one. Is either game for these players.
Okay, I just gotta point it out. It was really funny. The kind of sound effects that you did with the up air, it just sounded like just some bubble burst. Like it was up air, and it just sounded like a bubble burst. It was just funny. So it's 39 against 42. Currently holding a lot of the stage control once again, reading every single rollback that Ethi was trying to do so he could take part of the stage that he already lost. It's quite crucial how Ethi is just moving around whatever option Gummy is just throwing. Every single time that Ethi is being forced back into the ledge, he tries to get back into the stage using any kind of jump attack or roll attack, and it's just not working at this point. Gummy's just prepared for that. He's tried again to do so with a downer, and that's not gonna be effective whatsoever. It's already GG's, my friend! Gummy taking game number 3 and taking up the set, Captain.
And that was a really